Namaste and good evening. Well, I've hit the big time. They're actually mentioning me in their latest video. They're very worried about me. So they have to mention me by name and, of course, be rude and crude, the usual things that they do at Nithyananda Ashram. Okay, so let's go and see what they have to say. It's the usual nonsense, so let me try to unspin the spin and we'll see where they're going. The thing they open up with is just absolutely ridiculous. They're talking about muscle memory. And the muscle memory, when you're talking and, if you hear something of Nithyananda and you share it, you'll develop muscle memory. Okay? It will make a groove in your memory and you will have muscle memory. Well, but no, the more you talk about what Nithyananda says, you don't develop muscle memory. All you get is more convinced of their brainwashing spin. Okay, as far as muscle memory, it's 100% nothing to do with speaking or memory. It has to do with learning motor skills. And this is what they do. Okay, they attempt to combine two things as if they're related, but they're bogus, and the mind, of course, doesn't relate to it. It's a brainwashing and hypnosis technique to skew the mind from genuine facts to accepting a fabricated lie as gospel truth. So let's look at that one more time, what they're doing. Talking about muscle memory. Now, muscle memory is when you continue to do an action over and over and over again, such as learning typing or a dance or something that requires motor movement, okay, until it becomes natural, that you don't any longer have to think about doing that action. It comes spontaneously, very naturally. If you go to type, you don't have to think about what you're typing. It's just there. That's muscle memory. To recall something that Nithyananda said and spout it over and over and over again is nothing to do with muscle memory. Okay? It has to do with just simply remembering and respouting the same thing until it becomes ingrained and until you believe the lie. Okay? You believe the spin. Okay? So she's going on and she's talking about he gave darshan today sitting on the Murti of a Nandi. Great. So he's sitting on a statue of a bull and he's playing more Shiva dress up and more drama. So how much did you have to pay to watch that show? Sitting on the statue of a bull, a Nandi, and playing Shiva. Isn't that special? Okay. I don't think I want to pay some fake guru for playing dress up. Okay, I'd rather have genuine, honest truth. Okay, but let's see what they say. Next, she begins touting and selling the Inner Awakening course, so more doors will be open to you. If you take the Inner Awakening course, more opportunities will be fed to you. More ego-affirming drama will be given. And gee, if you talk about Nithyananda and somebody's receptive to it, then you'll feel like you've had a long-lost brother and sister. So if you're lonely, here you go, instant acceptance and family. Okay? And this is what a lot of cults do. They develop that thing where everybody there is your brother and sister. They're your family. Okay? And if you come from a family, they'll try to replace your family with their family. They'll try to distance you from your regular family. That's what cults do, okay? Try to pull you in and distance you from your genuine family. Okay, so let's look and see what else more they have to say in this award-winning YouTube video. Okay, he said one guy that came through her YouTube video went to see Nithyananda, and she asked him how was his darshan, and he said, Swami-ji said he loved me. Ah, there you go. Now, isn't that special? He got accepted and love-bombed and pulled in. And this is the power of feeling a connection with the avatar. So selling, not only is he a guru, but a living God, an avatar who says, I love you, and fills that void for a moment. Okay? So she goes on to say, you should start a YouTube channel. It's a great way to market yourself. But let's see what the actual motive is in the end of it. It's not about marketing yourself, because you'll get very little back from a YouTube video. But let's see what their real agenda is. Okay. It says, if you're working for someone else, a YouTube channel is a good way to pull yourself out of the matrix. Oh, great. So now they're saying getting a YouTube channel will get you to wake up out of the dream spin. She goes, and you can make so much money doing this. It can become your whole income. Okay? You're going to make a lot of money if you open that YouTube channel. Now, I don't know about them, but they keep telling me that I'm making money off of Nithyananda. Now, how am I making money off of Nithyananda? I don't sell courses. If you notice my YouTube videos, when you click on them, I'm not making money. Why? Because I'm a genuine spiritual teacher, okay? I don't try to make money off of clicks and putting up some video that's going to get a lot of attention and make money. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to give the truth, okay? Okay? I'm not here for ulterior motives of making money, okay? So let's continue to see what she says. So start a YouTube channel and promote Nithyananda. Ah, now we're getting to the crux of it. Then they're going to have a 3-month training program. They're going to teach you how not to be afraid of the camera or crowd, and she'll work with you one-to-one and find out what it is you want to share with others. Whatever you want to share, I will help you do that. If you don't know what you want to share, I can help you do that too. She'll find something that you can promote, and you can promote Nithyananda with. She'll be happy to do that. Okay? So whatever you want to share, she'll help you with that. They'll teach you how to spam, how to make sure every one of your videos links others to Nithyananda from your video. Oh, so nice. She says, if you're a dog walker and you're walking 8 dogs at a time and you're telling how you can do that, how you can walk 8 dogs at a time, put a link up, put a link up on your video. Tell them, you can tell the people that you've seen kids in the Nithyananda schools walking with ducks and dogs and the cows and the monkeys and all manner of animals, and they'd have this great communion with them. Great. So she's actively telling them to 100% make up a totally bogus story that has no truth within it and promote it as if it's genuine to pull in seekers. So if you want to be a deceiving spirit, you've got that ambition. You have that sanctioned, and help as good as you know where to go. You just, you know where to go for that. Okay? If you want to be a lying, deceiving spirit, make up stories, they're absolutely sanctioning that, telling you to do it. Now, don't you wonder what other stories you're being fed that are 100% made up fantasy and being told to you straight-faced as facts? So you can slide and get caught on that hook, okay? And you can sit there and talk about that Guru Kulu mission of a school. Put that link up about the Guru Kula and the mission of the school. Okay? And they'll be indoctrinated into thinking about Nithyananda and how wonderful that must be. So you put a link on your video to Nithyananda's Guru Kula, and if they click on that link, your job is done. After all, you've just been made a dupe on gaining more possible income for Nithyananda, and how much of that, thousands of dollars that he charges for his courses and that he's going to get, is he going to share with you for promoting him? Okay? I guarantee that little click that you get, that little whatever monetary thing it is that they give you, is nowhere near what he's going to make after you promoting that video. Okay? So she goes on to say her most famous video is decalcifying the pineal gland as a guided meditation. What? Again, another made-up nonsensical drama. And people actually listen to that? Okay. And then she goes on, Swami-ji said one thing most powerful. Here, let's hear the most powerful thing that Swami-ji said. How can I convince my relatives to come to you? And he said, don't try to convince them. Just have them watch one of my videos or read one of my books and I'll do my job. His job is to confuse the mind with doublespeak that says nothing and doing a multitude of other brainwashing techniques. Of course you can't convince them. You don't understand how those things are used, but he's extremely adept at it. Okay? So here we go. Nithyananda himself is saying he's blessing each one that takes this 3-month course to become a Kshatriya. Well, what is a Kshatriya? You know, and she goes on to say, if you've ever heard strong language come from this mouth referring to somebody has insulted Swami-ji, that's a Hindu Kshatriya. Well, really? Since when a Kshatriya was a warrior born into a Hindu caste, they weren't pundits that were fighting with words. No. Read the Bhagavad Gita. The Kshatriyas were on the field of battle. You're born into a caste. You're born into being a Kshatriya. And I don't care what you do, you're not going to become a Kshatriya. Okay? You might try to learn to be some type of a pundit or something and understand and be able to verbally spar with somebody. But you're not going to be a Kshatriya. Okay? It's not going to happen. Okay? Just not. So she goes on to say a Kshatriya, what a Kshatriya does is very methodically analyze where it is that something in the Hindu Dharma is being attacked and who is bringing down the reputation of our great ancient culture and who is insulting the deities and who is conspiring against the living enlightened gurus and who has a vested interest against us. Finding that out and legally, systematically, clearly, intellectually bringing them down. Okay? When I say clearly, there should be no flaw in your logic When I say systematically, I mean we should have a plan. When I say legally, I mean we don't want to resort to physical violence or theft or anything else that would be breaking a law. When I say bringing them down, I mean making them stop the attack. It's the only way we can push ourselves forward really successfully right now on planet Earth. There are too many attackers. But Swami-ji's mission is too huge, and not only Swami-ji's mission, but Hindu Dharma and the revival of the Vedic age. It's too big, we can't be stopped. Well, the golden age of India was a long, 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 long time ago. Now it's just filled with corruption. If it's too big and can't be stopped, then why all this worry and needing to attack anyone? If it can't be stopped, then why do they incite hatred and make curses and use the foulest language they can speak? Why do they use well-known brainwashing techniques? Why do they need to use sneaky ways and means to promote him on YouTube videos? Why do they give total misinformation as if it's fact? Okay, so now we come to the crux of the matter. And remember, all of this little part here was being said by Nithyananda, was passing this along. In other words, if somebody goes out beyond those things and does something violent, I didn't tell him to do that. He's got his out. What I said was do it legally. Okay. Well, let me tell you, if Nithyananda has not been able to do anything, why do you think you would be able to? Okay? Just saying. So now let's go on, and now it just gets really... She goes on, all these little diversions that come up in the path of all these road bumps that present themselves like this idiot, Guru Swami-ji, the Sharon moron that dares to call herself Ganga, as if she is in any way flowing. People like her are a great example of the roadblocks that come up. Thank you! I'm happy to be a roadblock, okay? Very happy, and I plan to continue. Okay? If you see truth as being a roadblock, okay, then I don't know what to say. Okay? I said, indeed, this guru, the one that has awakened into truth, will remain a roadblock. Speaking the truth. You can call idiot. You can call me moron. Anything else you wish, but truth is truth, and you have cursed, attempted to harass, but I'm going nowhere, okay? So now you have a concerted effort to figure out how to silence truth. Yeah. Then she goes on to say, not even a roadblock. I don't want to give power to this demon that it deserves. So, you call a brainwashing, lying, fake drama king an avatar, and a genuine adept that's actually walked the whole of the path and lives in the truth, is a demon. Well, that's utter foolishness. Now let's see where she's going with this, okay? Then she goes on to say, she's not a she, she's a demon. Mahakali is confirming that for me now. Kali is confirming that. Really? So now this deluded soul thinks she's speaking with Kali, not knowing that it's simply another delusional thought that she's making up, full of herself. She knows not what she's playing with. So now she's got the audacity, you know, she's going on to say that I've got the audacity to try to warn people against Swami-ji. Well, no, I'm not trying to warn others. I am warning them. Trying goes nowhere. Okay, I actually put things into action. Okay. So let's see what else she has to say. And, you know, if you want to talk about Kali, you should know about the 10 Mahavijas and Kali. You should know that Kali is also Kundalini. Okay? You should know more about what you're talking about. Okay? We'll get more on this in a second. Okay? Well, she goes on to say she herself does things that are so bat-crap crazy as tell people that they should eat meat in order to keep their Kundalini awakened. No, that's not what I've said. Don't take things out of context and turn it into something else. I never said eat meat to keep the Kundalini awakened. If you don't know my teachings, you should be quiet and be still. Okay? Shut it. Quiet. Okay? Be still. You don't know what I'm saying. I have never said that, and I darn well am not going to let you take things out of context. Okay? So she goes, we know from every single argument from all the Shastras and even Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, who would stop people's Kundalini flow by making them eat meat. Really? Well, that's 100% made-up lie. Ramakrishna was at the Kali Mandir, where they do goat sacrifices daily. And if you don't know fully again about Kali and the 10 Mahavijas, you should not open your mouth and make up lies such as these. There's nothing more egregious than when Nithyananda and his little devotees make things up and promote them as fact. And they have no basis in fact whatsoever. No basis. Okay? You don't understand about Kali. You don't understand about the 10 Mahavijas. You do not understand about Kundalini. Okay? She says, if you want your Kundalini Shakti to be alive and be a pure vegetarian diet is essential. Well, now, I have no problem with those who want to follow a vegetarian diet in order to aid in awakening Kundalini. I've never spoken against that. Never once. So anyway, I'd like to know how many liars does it take to attempt to silence truth? Okay? There are many paths. You understand about Aghoris? Shiva devotees. What do? Eat meat, drink liquor. Okay? Do you understand about the Aghori path? Guarantee you don't. You don't understand the path of Kali. You don't understand the path of the Tantric masters. You don't understand about the Tantric masters that are up in Nepal. You don't understand about any of them. There are many, many, many traditions that have eating meat. Okay? Many, many traditions. Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean it's not valid. Okay? Meat can help to slow down a rampant Kundalini that is out of control. Okay? You don't know anything about Kundalini. Okay? So let's go on and see what else she has to say. She says, clear, logical reasoning, bringing her down systematically and methodically. That's something we will cover in these 3-month training program. So you got to have all your little minions there for a 3-month training program to learn how to deal with me. Okay? Even Nithyananda has not been able to deal with me. So what do you think you're going to do? What, lie? You're going to continue to lie, call names, curse? What else are you going to do? Okay? Make up bogus crap? Okay? Say. She goes, so if you have that ferociousness, if you want to be a strong defender of what's right, well, then I suggest They run the other direction or leave and actually look into the lies that Nithyananda is spinning and actually read some of the texts he's purporting that he's speaking about and from. Let them look up brainwashing techniques and see what he's doing. Okay? Let them start to understand, because they have no understanding of what he's doing. Okay. So she says, please don't hesitate to join. Well, if you come here, we won't actually be going to the program they're having now, because you're not paying for that, so you don't actually get to go there. But Nithyananda's blessing this himself. So great, you can go there, spend your money to go to India and, have her teach you one-to-one how to promote Nithyananda even better so he can make more money. Okay? And you can learn how to go on the attack, and maybe you'll get a couple pennies if somebody clicks on your video. But of course, when they click on that link, they'll go to a different video and they'll join there. So yeah, he's worried about me, about truth. So he's blessing their debauchery, and she promises that the ones who come to learn how to come against truth will get a glimpse of the avatar. Okay, isn't that special? They'll be there for his fake birthday. Yes, that birthday that he made up to make himself look more spiritual if somebody does astrology. But it's not his real birthday. He wasn't born in January, like he's making it seem. He wasn't. Check the facts. Do fact-checking. That might be a good place to start to unravel some of the bullshit he's telling you. Okay? Now, you don't know about me, you don't know about my path, but I guarantee you I do know about Kali. I know about Buddha. I know about the Tantras. Okay? You don't know my path. Okay? You don't know what I know. You don't know what I don't know. And if you think I'm going to reveal everything here to you, think again. Okay? All I need to do in these videos is just to continue to speak to the drama and the nonsense that he is doing. Again, just like this whole thing you start with, where you're talking about muscle memory, it has absolutely nothing to do with muscle memory. But you want to confuse the mind. Just like the hypnosis technique where you throw somebody off balance and you say something real quick and the mind doesn't have time to reject it and it takes it in as fact. Okay? Yes, I know about all those techniques. And this is why I continue to speak out. When you promote lies about what Rama Krishna said about eating meat to stop, to stop things, that's absolutely nonsense. Okay? Absolutely nonsense. You cannot sit there and just make up stuff and put it out there as fact when it has no basis in fact whatsoever. Okay? If you go through the old text, you'll see that when Ram left, he went into the forest, he took his bow. He ate meat. It used to be you couldn't be a good Hindu unless you slaughtered the cow and ate the meat. That is in the very, very, very old texts. Okay? You may not like to hear it, but that's the truth of it. Okay? You remind me of the person that said, I'm going to expose the Ramakrishna Math. They're killing animals. Well, they've been doing it for centuries, okay? They offer the prasad or the meat to Kali. Hello? The Aghoris eat meat. The agoris follow a path of doing everything that you would think would be harmful. Why? To break through the illusion and delusion. To break through illusion and delusion. Okay, there are many strong tantric paths that have to do with breaking through illusion, delusion, okay? Break it, wake it, okay? Wake up. So when you have somebody that wants to continue to play games and play dress up, okay, I don't care what clothes he wears. I don't care how many tiger skins he sits on. I don't care how many statues of Nandi he sits on. It does not give him any wisdom. Okay? In my eyes, it just makes him look like a fool. Because no genuine guru needs to play those games. You come based on the truth. And you give a path, you give the mantras, you give the practices that work, where people gain wisdom and they gain experience by their own measure. Not because you've got somebody browbeating and trying to convince them, and every time he comes to a point that's supposed to be something special, they're playing the drums to keep that tension going in the audience. It's another brainwashing technique, okay? All of that has to do with techniques to brainwash, okay? You don't know it, but I know it, and therefore I will continue to speak out. Look it up for yourselves. Look up brainwashing techniques, okay? Take the journey. Look it up. See if it doesn't actually ring true. If you've got enough brain cells left to have some sort of an objective opinion versus simply what you've been told and what you continue to be spun into. Okay? This is why he repeats things. Repeats it, repeats it, repeats it, repeats it, repeats it. Because if you repeat it enough times, you will be accepted as fact. This is why he gives the subject, and it's nothing that bears any resemblance to that subject. Why? So your brain cannot rationally dispute it. Therefore, it goes and accepts it as fact. Okay? I can tell you why. I can tell you how he's doing this. Okay? So again, if this great Bhairav, that he wants to tell you he's the great Bhairav, if he can't do anything by himself, what are you going to do? Okay? Does this great avatar really need your help? If he does, then he's not an avatar. Might want to look at that. This great all-powerful being, if he really needs your help, not an avatar. Okay? Doesn't have the power he's making you think he has. Okay? Might want to look at that. Okay? So I will leave this here, and I'm glad I've become such a pain in your side that you actually have to name me by name. Okay? And I hope that many, many more come forward to dispel his nonsense. Okay? Namaste. Have a great night, everyone. And Kali tells me she's full of shit. Okay? Delusional. Okay? So I'll go and, check out the rest of the, have some meeting with the Mahavidya tonight, okay? All 10 of them. Kali in all her aspects, okay? Because I know them all. And I know a little bit more about them and tantric temples and what's there and what goes on than you ever could imagine, my dear. So if I were you, I would wise up and stop the nonsense, okay? Because really, I feel sorry for you. Again, a year ago you had a video up where you said, if they disagree with Nithyananda, then find out where they're at and speak with them. You were a little logical then. And a year later, what is it? If somebody says anything against Nithyananda, just go out and destroy them, curse them, say the foulest language you can, do whatever you can. You need to destroy. Do you not see how far you've fallen? And what does somebody say on your video? No, she's been raised up. Well, you're being raised up if you're demonic. Okay? If you're demonic, that's being raised up. To go from that level to being rational, to advocating cursing. Cursing when you can't curse. You can't curse anything. You don't have any power to curse anything. Okay? Lying, deceiving, just like you said. Make these videos, make something up. Make up any story you want that will link to a video. Tell them it's truth. And then put a link up. Okay? That's fabulous. Okay? Make up lies, make up stories, make up shit. Doesn't matter, just as long as they click that link and come to Nithyananda. Okay? I'm sorry. Again, not the actions, and no genuine guru would promote such an action to take place. Never, never, never. Okay? Namaste.